Ask any sneakerhead, and they've probably seen this ad at least once. Ask a Jordan head, and they could probably recite the script.
On September 15th, Nike created a revolutionary new basketball shoe. On October 18th, the NBA threw them out of the game. Fortunately, the NBA can't stop you from wearing them. Air Jordans from Nike.
But before we break down this ad and talk about its media effects, let's start at more or less the beginning.
And now we are ready for the third pick, and the Chicago Bulls, who have been drafting very high down through the years, and they have the third pick today.
The Chicago Bulls pick Michael Jordan of the University of North Carolina.
In 1984, Michael Jordan was drafted into the NBA for the Chicago Bulls from the University of North Carolina. He had played ball in Converse and Adidas and mostly wanted to sign with Adidas, but instead signed with Nike off the advice of his parents for the simple fact that Nike offered him his own shoe, branded with his own name, which had never been done before. Jordan didn't really like Nikes. He thought they were too high off the court. But Nike footwear designer Peter Moore designed a shoe low to the ground just for Michael.
This is Jordan with perhaps the ugliest shoes in the league. What they're paying him to wear those things, I'd wear them too.
At that time in the 80s, shoes were mostly white with gray, white with black, white with a team color accent, and not much else. Peter decided he wanted to make a statement, and so created the shoes with the iconic black and red treatment that we know today as bread. Once Michael wore them in his NBA debut here at Madison Square Garden, the commissioner of the NBA caught wind of the shoes, and since they were so different, he decided they violated the NBA's uniformity of uniform rule, which states a player must wear shoes that not only match their uniforms, but match the shoes worn by their teammates. The folks at Nike got this letter from the NBA, banning the Bread Air Jordan 1. Legend has it that if Jordan continued to wear them in games, he would be fined $5,000 every time, which Nike supposedly footed the bill for. So now we know how this shoe in this ad was banned by the NBA, let's break it up. So there are three dimensions that advertisers use to persuade. The first is attitude, which is to have someone feeling different about something after exposure to a media message. The second is behavior, or acting different after being exposed to the message. And the third is persistence, or does the change, attitude, or behavior persist over time?
On September 15th, Nike created a revolutionary new basketball shoe. On October 18th, the NBA threw them out of the game. Fortunately, the NBA can't stop you from wearing them.
This right here is that message that has you feeling different, that makes you want this shoe because a top amazing athlete can't wear it in a top-ranked game, but you can wear them. This right here, all those people wearing and wanting Jordans, that's how people acted different after this message. And well, persistence? These shoes came out in 1985, and you can find hundreds of models of this exact shoe released today and reselling for well over the retail price. Part of the reason why this ad is so effective is because of its simplicity and weight. Taking a look at the elaboration likelihood model, I'd say that the path for this ad is mostly peripheral, moving you to want it on a whim, not looking into the backstory of the ban. Just knowing that it's cool enough to get banned makes you want it. Want to know how I know that? This isn't the shoe that got banned from the NBA. It was this shoe, the Nike Air Ship. Let's look at the Madison Square Garden debut again. Take a look. This is an Air Jordan 1. This is an Air Ship. Take a look at these pictures from Jordan's warm-up. Yep, that's an Airship. Before Nike could get him his actual shoe, they had him start the season in these, since his shoe wasn't ready or ordered from manufacturers yet. And even though this shoe that sparked a larger-than-life story and brand, the one that started it all, never really got banned, this ad, the one that really should be about this shoe right here, sparked an entire generation of Jordan lovers. Most sneakerheads and even the brand disregard the real story, and it's mostly because it really doesn't matter. Nike convinced us it was this shoe. They marketed it in such a way, so artfully and so simply, that it could have been anything and we still would have wanted it. The persuasion dimensions used and the peripheral path to the elaboration likelihood model made for an effective ad that made the product transcend reality and arguably launch what we know as Jordan Brand now today. Some more fun facts: the first Air Jordan 1 released to the public was the black and royal pair. Michael has actually never played an NBA game in the bred Air Jordan 1. And technically, the only problem with the shoes was them being black and red, so the Air ship didn't really ever get banned either.